just ding, 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 ding. So let's turn off these notifications. Okay, perfect. All right. So let's just kind of jump into the structuring and what you need to do first. Obviously, you guys see vending machines everywhere you go. If you have seen a vending machine today, raise your hand. They're everywhere. And they're behind those vending machines. A lot of times it's not the business that you're visiting. They're just now they're more enticing. People stay longer. People will make themselves comfortable. It gives an added value to the people who are visiting their establishment when you are able to put your machines in there. And then in exchange for you giving them a value add to their business, you are getting money, because each time someone swipes their credit card or puts $1 in, that money minus the money you're putting into the inventory comes back to you. All right. So the first thing that you have to do is you want to set up this vending machine business like a business. You want to have an LLC or an incorporation. I recommend an LLC. Of course, you can have someone more professional than me set everything that up, set all of that up for you. I recommend having an accountant or a lawyer handle this stuff for you. Or if you know how to go to your Secretary of State, you can do it yourself. Obviously, an EIN you're going to need it. Okay. Because not only you're going to be able to get some funding in your business you already have established to get this off the ground, in 6 months' time, when this business is now 6 months established, you can get another line of credit in this business's name to get even more inventory so that you can have more machines out there. Do you see where I'm going here? You can then expand once you start building business credit. All right. So you want to make sure that you have your LLC, your incorporation, your business license. You don't really need a website for this unless maybe like a landing page, so that when you pitch yourself to these businesses, they have somewhere that they can go. Maybe just you can have some client reviews on there or whatever. It doesn't need to be anything crazy. This is not like setting up like a retail store where you have to do a lot of marketing. All you need to do is set the machines. And so your marketing is probably going to be a lot in the beginning of just door to door, going to businesses that don't have these machines and asking them if they would allow you a small piece of real estate inside their building, and then pitching them the fact that you're going to be helping their clients by offering them fresh, delicious snacks while they're visiting their building. All right. So the first thing that you have to decide is what type of vending machines that you're going to offer. You can have multiple different types of vending machines. And I want to show you some of the vending machines. So obviously, food vending machines are the most popular and simple. But there's also like vending machines that sell items in bulk, like, there's like tampon machines, or I've seen condom machines. There are machines for everything. There's also an opportunity now where people are taking the machines that are created for food and repurposing them to sell products like makeup, eyelashes. I saw one recently in the airport that was selling phone chargers, masks, all sorts of different little things that you need when you're at the airport, that maybe you're on the run and you don't have a whole lot of time to spend going into a store, that you could just pop your little credit card into, put B17 and get your item. So you can really repurpose these machines for whatever it is. And then I've seen people get them wrapped. So you could take it to like one of those places that does like vehicle wraps and get them to put like some graphics on it showing what it is that you're selling. Vending machines are the new thing. You can see Kylie Cosmetics has vending machines. Of course, all of their machines are custom made for their products, but let's talk about the vending machines that you have access to. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen. So the great thing about this plug, this is my plug. I'm going to go ahead and give you the plug. Share screen. Here we go. Share. Okay. Can you guys see my screen? Let me know in the chat if you can see my screen. Type a 1 if you can see my screen. Let me know. Let me know. Okay, great. So, Webstront. Don't ask me to say that 5 times fast, okay? Webstront Plus. I'm a Plus member, which gives you some added benefits, cheaper prices, and also cheaper shipping. Obviously, when you're shipping something that weighs thousands of pounds, the shipping cost gets a little crazy. I ordered airs for 300, and it was like 4 tons or something. There was like 19 pallets of stuff, and the shipping cost alone on that was like $1,000. Okay, so you're going to go to Web Restaurant Store. You're going to set up an account. The account is free. You can upgrade your account to Plus. It gives you some added benefits. You'll just need to do some research on what those benefits are and if they make sense to you. Obviously, this website is a huge benefit for me with an event space because they have everything that I need in order to do my job, from tables and chairs and tablecloths. And I mean, I got refrigerators from here. One thing that I really love about this, and I'm just going to go back to the home screen, they have a scratch and dent. And if y'all know me, I don't give a damn about a dent. Okay. And you can get all sorts of items like a lot cheaper when they have a scratch or a dent. So I got some really cool stuff on there. Actually, our beer taps and everything came from here. And I saved like $3,000 on those because they had a little dent in them. And I don't give a damn about a dent. All right. So we're going to go to vending machines. All right. So as you can see, not only do they have vending machines, they also have the things to put in the vending machines. I recommend that you do some pricing. A lot of people who run vending machine businesses, they get a business credit account at Sam's Club. So once you have established business credit, you can get an account at Sam's Club, and they usually will give a business without a personal guarantee anywhere between $6,000 and $15,000 in credit. So you would be able to go to Sam's Club, buy a little snacks to restock your machines. Okay. Now, full disclaimer, I don't own a vending machine business. I literally put all this together for you guys because whenever I see that you guys are really interested in something, I want to deliver. And the main thing that I have for you is the plug and the financing so you can get the machines. I recommend, if you want to get in this business, that you reach out and find someone who's in the business to maybe mentor you or give you some of the inside scoop on how to find the perfect places to put them and how to pitch yourself. I'm going to give you guys some advice if it were me and how I would go about starting a business like this. In fact, one time I almost purchased a vending business. My husband was like, he sent me like a listing where someone was selling their vending machine business that they had for like 20 years. I decided against it because all of their inventory and all of their machines were old. And I was like, if I'm going to start a vending machine business, I would just start from scratch with brand new machines that take credit cards. But of course, that's neither here nor there. You want to make sure that you get further information after this, but this is a great starting point that I'm going to give you guys. Okay. Here are your options for vending machines from Webstront. They have ice machines. They have, you guys have seen these, the ones that have both drinks and snacks in them. Obviously, these come equipped with credit card readers. I highly recommend that if you're going to buy a machine, that you buy one that takes credit cards. Because I don't know about y'all, but I don't carry cash. I haven't carried cash and I don't know how long, but you can guarantee that if I have a credit card, I'm gonna give me a little snacky snack. Okay. And in fact, this happened to me recently. I took the kids to Wilderness at the Smokies. It's like an indoor water park. And we were staying in the resort and we went to go get some stuff out of the vending machine, and the drink machine did not take credit cards. The snack machine did, but the vending machine didn't. And we went to 3 different levels of the hotel to find a drink machine with a credit card reader because I didn't have any cash and there wasn't one. So not only did we go without drinks and we were pissed, but also they missed out on a significant amount of sales because I would have probably bought 10 drinks because the restaurant was closed and it was late at night and the little gift shop was closed and we were thirsty. Okay. So you want to make sure that if you pick a vending machine, I recommend picking them that have the credit card readers. And I'm sure there's a way to hook them up with Wi-Fi. Okay. Um, Also, I mean, there's all different types, and most of them take credit cards now, but these have drinks and snacks as well. These are really good, brand new equipment. You can also provide a change machine if you wanted to, but there's all different types, okay, in here. Here's one that's all like wrapped up and pretty. I mean, look how nice that is. Obviously, it's a little more expensive, but when it comes to the expense, here's what I want to show you guys. So let's just say that I wanted to purchase one of these machines. So let's go back and purchase one of these machines. Let's just say I want to put one in my break room at my business. All right, that one is expensive. Let's start with a starter one. Even this little daddy right here. Let's go with this little guy. He's okay, cute. Dick's credit cards. He's got enough room. This could like even go like on a counter in a break room. There are so many people that you could sell this to. You could go to every auto body shop, all of their employees. If there's a place with a lot of employees, they probably need a vending machine because people forget to bring stuff. This is an opportunity for them to stay at work and work longer and have a little snacky snack. Okay. So these are like almost like tabletop or countertop snack vending machines. $2,100. You can do 4 payments if you pre-qualify. The lender is Credit Key. Okay. So I submitted the original application I submitted with them was for the main event, my brand new business that had no really established business credit. And then they sent me an email and they were like, hey, we need some more information. Send over your articles. So I sent them over the articles and they were like, this business hasn't been established long enough. You will need for at least 6 months. So that is one stipulation that I know that they have is at least 6 months. So I was like, well, I got other businesses. And so I sent him an email back and I was like, hey, I have another business that's established and it has great business credit. Can we try the application again in that name? So they literally made it so easy on me. They're great to work with. They were like, just send over the articles and the business information, EIN, all of that, and we'll resubmit. Within 10 minutes, I had an email telling me I had been approved for $25,000 with Credit Key. Now, obviously, that's huge. That is a huge amount of money that I'm able to use to get my business up and running. You could probably start with 2 or 3, however much that you think that you can afford, okay, to get this thing up and running. You'll need to maybe start with 1 and see how much income it brings in so that you can decide on a monthly basis how much you can afford to spend. You also might have to come to grips with the fact, now listen to me, as business owners, sometimes in the beginning you don't make money, but once you pay this off, so say for instance, let me get comfortable. Honey, these jeans didn't fit a few months ago, so they're still a little snug. All right, listen to me now. 4 interest-free payments. Now you can break these down even further, 12 months, whatever. But let's just say that you decided to do the 4 payments. Once it's paid off, everything that you make over and above the inventory and restocking it is what? Profit. Because you're not paying rent, you're not paying VAs, you're not paying staff, you're not paying, these are just sitting ducks making you money while you're sleeping. While you are working in your other business, someone is buying some Doritos. So you have to look at it as the initial investment, you might be upside down, but once you have paid off these machines, you are now operating in a place of passive income. This is why people love the vending business. All right, so now let's look at this. Let's look at the application. So I just went to Credit Keys, and can you guys see Credit Key? Type a 1 in the chat if you can see Credit Keys page. I just want to make sure. Okay, so the application up to 50,000 credit line, 0% for 30 days. So you could potentially buy and pay no interest. Fee starting at 1%, up to 12-month terms. So you can spread out payments all the way across 12 months if you need to. All right, let's see. All right, here's the apply now. I'm going to show you guys. You know, I don't keep no secrets. All right, so it's telling you again what the terms are. So it's asking you for first name, last name. Oh, it even gives you the requirement. So you're required, oh, it's a soft pull. So they ask for the last four of your social. It's a soft pull. You have to, your established business has to make over 40,000 gross. Gross. That is not a whole lot, guys. Okay. In a valid operating business. And what they don't say here is that your business, it's a soft pull. So it's not a hard hit on your personal credit. Applying will not affect your personal credit. Now, once you are approved, you can literally go right to restaurant. Okay. We're going to hit add to cart. Oh, here we go. The price is different. Accepts credit cards only is cheaper. No payment system installed. Oh, it's an additional cost for the, okay, accepts bills, current credit cards. Okay, add to cart. I don't need no protection. If you are worried about it breaking down, you might want to add the protection because I think that they'll fix it for you. All right, it's in my cart. Oh, I also put this vending machine in my cart to show you guys, but we're just going to take that one out. All right, so this is my total. That little tiny machine is $33,000. All right. Now, how is it going to get delivered? I recommend the cheaper version of that. Okay. They're going to deliver it right to wherever you tell them, your house, your business, wherever. Now, once you have been approved through Credit Key, you can hit this button and it'll take you to checkout with Credit Key. This right here is also another option. If you have good personal credit, it is a business credit card, so it won't report to personal credit. Okay, it doesn't report to personal credit. It does require a hard pull for your personal credit to get approved. But the great thing about this is you earn 3% cash back, you get 50% off a plus membership, and you earn 5,000 points, which is a $50 value towards whatever. Those are the two best financing options with this website. There are also other places to buy. Here, are y'all ready for this? There are other places to buy your vending machines from. And the great thing about Credit Key is this: you don't have to order just from here. You can order from any vendor. So you can literally submit an invoice to Credit Key for any vendor and they'll pay the invoice. You see where I'm going with this? So maybe you find a vending machine somewhere else cheaper. But I'm just showing you what I found when I was stumbling through the internet trying to buy things for my own business. What if you found a vendor who had the same exact machine, but for half the cost? You could then pay or 4 months or whatever, but potentially out. So I can show you how this works. So once you've picked all the information, you're going to do review. I don't want to show you guys all my goodies. And then you're going to sugar-free Gatorade, and they are just ew. They have a contract. Sugar-free Gatorade is like, okay, this one is up to 12 months. So now once you hit Credit Key, it's going to take you to the Credit Key website. And if you already have if you already have an account with Credit Key, you're going to put your phone number in. I'm going to stop share for just a second. I love y'all to death, but I don't want to give y'all all my goods. Hold on just a second. All right, so it's just going to send me a code. All right, cool. Let me go back and share my screen again. Okay, so I'm approved and I can decide whether I want to do 4 payments, which is what they recommend, or I could go all the way to 12 months. I only want to pay $340 a month. I feel like that's probably a safe number. I feel like my machine could probably bring in $100 a week. So that's what I'm going to go with. Continue. Now it's going to give you all the payment terms and you're going to hit yes, and then you're going to hit confirm loan. I am not going to do this because I do not want to buy this vending machine, right? But that's kind of the breakdown of how you can get the vending machines to get this thing up and running. Does anyone have any questions about Webstront? Before I dive into once you get the vending machines, what to do? Speak now, guys. Any questions about Webstront? All right. Another great place to put in vending machines is in laundromats. So like if you guys have ever seen the little like sample versions of all this stuff, you don't just have to buy your vending machines here. You can literally buy everything that you need to get started here. Even like the vending machine transporters. Like, so obviously it's difficult to move these giant machines around. So you would need to plan for that. There's so many things. There's so many things. Vending machines, vending machine supplies, commercial laundry stuff. Anyway, all of this good stuff is here, and I'm sure there's other vendors. But the good news is that with Credit Key, you can, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to log in to Credit Key and show you what the inside of that portal looks like, because that's the real plug is Credit Key. They've been wonderful to work with. Once I got approved, someone from Credit Key called me to ask me if I had any account. After I didn't use it for like the first 15 days, they called and like, asked if I needed any help or if I, was still planning to use it. All that good stuff. So I just got to send myself another link really quick. 974. All right. 939 858. All right. Now we are in. Let me share my screen again. Y'all, my hair was so cute today. And then the moisture really did a number. All right, so now let me know if you guys can see my screen in the dashboard. Okay, great. So once you're in here, as you can see, you can talk to support, blah, blah, blah. But this is the tool that I haven't used yet, but I wanted you guys to know about. Pay your invoices with Credit Key. Do any of the following apply to your order? Obviously, these are things that they don't allow you to pay. So you can't pay your coach, okay? You can't pay your VA. You can't pay your rent or your payroll or your insurance. You can't pay another loan off, and you can't buy a vehicle. You can't pay your personal expenses, okay? But as long as none of those apply, as long as you are buying something from a vendor, as long as you are buying something for your business, you can use this. So what you're going to do is you're going to hit none of the above, and then you're going to go to the next step. And then you're just going to enter all the information about your company and about the vendor. Okay, the vendor information, location, all that good stuff. And then you're going to tell them how much the order was, tell them about your order ID. Is this invoice less than 45 days old? I'm sure if it's an old invoice past due, they don't want to pay that. Does your vendor accept ACH payments? So this is probably going to be something that you'll need to know. Can you pay with a wire transfer or an ACH? And you'll probably need to know what their deposit information is. And then you're going to upload a copy of your invoice and submit. And then what they're going to do is they're going to communicate with your vendor and pay on your behalf. So now something that you would have to pay cash for, you can now use business credit. And do you guys see the value here? Because let's just say, for instance, you're starting a business and you have $50,000 of your own hard-earned money that you've stashed away like a squirrel for the past 10 years to invest in your business. And then all of a sudden, Credit Key comes along and gives you an additional amount of funding of $25,000 so that you can take what you would have spent out of that 50 cash and then pay it over time, freeing up that cash to either one, sit in the bank and increase your bank rating so that you can get more funding, or two, use that for something that you can't pay over credit, something that you can't pay with a credit card or you can't pay through Credit Key, right? That allows you to expand and grow faster. This allows you to do nicer things. Like if I had to take the $12,000, $15,000 and spend that cash on buying tables, I might have had to buy cheaper flooring or might have had to pay one of my contractors, or do less work because I have to have tables to have an event. So this frees up my money. Also, it hides the debt, because what I don't want to have to do is go to the bank and get a personal loan to fund my business. What if I didn't have any money? What if I hadn't saved any money up? And the one thing that I needed to start my vending machine business was vending machines, right? Maybe I have no money and I'm starting from ground zero here. This is an option for you. If you already have a business established, you can get these machines and start a secondary stream of income that's making money while you sleep. All you have to do is either you or a family member or someone you love go around to these machines once a week, once every 2 weeks, put some new snacks in them and get out the money. And for the ones that take credit cards, who here takes credit cards right now in their business? Y'all know how simple it is, right? You can take credit cards through Stripe. You can take credit cards through PayPal. You can take credit cards through your own credit card processing machine. If you have an online business, you probably are taking credit cards. So you guys know, okay? You guys know that if you are taking credit cards, what happens 2 days after someone runs their credit card? Come on, guys. Got to interact. You got to tell me what happens 2 days after. What happens 2 days after someone runs their credit card at your business? It's in your account. That's right, Fonda. Now, what would make you happy about going to sleep at night, setting these machines out at different places around your town, going to sleep at night, and waking up with money in your bank account? You can't be everywhere at all times. It's not possible. Okay. You cannot be everywhere all the time. And so creating passive streams, while they cost you money up front to get going, at the end of the day, the only way to have real time freedom and financial freedom is to learn how to make money while you're sleeping. And so automatic deposits to your bank account is lovely, okay? And it's worth the upfront headache of getting everything set up. And
This meeting is being recorded.
okay, you can easily set up a contract. There are literally AI on the internet that will write a contract for you. There is zero excuse at this point what to do. You could literally probably go on one of the AI tools right now and say, give me a step-by-step business plan and guide on how to start a vending machine business. And now I've given you the zero excuse way to get the vending machines without having to come out of your own pocket for the money. Okay. And then you can ask the AI, hey, what are the best ways to pitch myself as a vending machine business to local places that need vending machines, or give me a list of the top places that have vending machines in their break rooms or in their businesses. Car dealerships. I love a good snack from a car dealership. I love to buy snacks while I buy cars. Okay. Okay. Now, let me get back to where I was. I got on a tangent. I get hyped up trying to help y'all make some money. Bear with me now. Okay. So you've got your LLC or your incorporation, you've got your stuff, you figured out what products you want to sell. College campuses, absolutely. You figured out what items you want to sell inside of your machines. You know what I used to love when I was in school? They had those vending machines that sold pencils and notebooks. Those were the coolest things. And I didn't even need a new notebook or pencil, but I just loved buying them from those stupid little machines. All right. The next thing is to find the right location. All right. Placing vending machines in local businesses means you'll start making connections with local business owners. Relationships. Okay. If you get into one car dealership, you can get into any car dealership, because once you have a relationship with one, they all talk to each other, or you can leverage that relationship. You can say, man, we provide the vending machines for all of the Ford dealerships. We provide the vending machines for all of Ken Wilson Ford, and all of their businesses. And we take good care of them, and we'd love to have you on our roster or whatever. Now, I literally sucked spit into the back of my throat and about just died. All right. Now, one thing that you want to make sure of is that your stuff that you're putting in your vending machines is going to match the market that you're looking for. Okay. Like, you're not going to put a soda machine with Twinkies in it in a gym. And I know that sounds like common knowledge, but really, you don't want to go downtown Asheville where 90% of the population is vegan and sell beef jerky. Do y'all understand? So if you're going to have an area where there's a lot of health food stores or something like that, you want to make sure that you're putting items in there that are going to be pertaining to those people. Maybe you want to have some options in your machine that's going to give people an option who stuff that's no GMO or whatever. But you want to make sure that you are taking the client, just like any business, there's a target audience. So if you're at a Ford dealership where they're selling big trucks all day long, maybe you want to make sure there's Mountain Dew and Cheetos. I hate to be you know what I mean? You guys understand what I'm saying? There is obviously, and then also keeping records and taking into account who's buying what. So if you go back to your machine, okay, so say for instance, you have a machine inside a car dealership and you go back to that machine and 2 weeks in a row, you are completely out of Pepsi Cherry. Obviously, someone who works there loves some cherry Pepsi. Okay. You want to make sure you keep that machine stocked with that. All right. You might want to put a secondary button for that particular product, right? So you have to really be strategic when doing this. If you notice that you were not selling a product, like you come back 3 weeks in a row and it's still completely full, pull those items out, try them maybe in a different machine in a different area or a different building, because maybe no one in that building likes that thing. Okay. And then if it doesn't sell at the other one, maybe I'm not going to buy that thing anymore. So in the beginning of any business, it's going to be a little bit of a trial and error, figuring out what it is that's going to work for that business. So I need you guys to be strategic. Maybe you could do some research, market research, and figure out what are the top selling vending machine items in certain states or certain areas. That way you're not flying blind. What I don't want to do is give you this information, tell you to go get a loan for a machine, and you fall flat on your face because you're stocking it with Red Bulls in a place where they don't drink Red Bull. Okay? You guys understand? Let me know who's buying vending machines. That's what I want to know. Who is going to buy some vending machines in the very near future? Bianca, how many ventures will this make us? Okay, we are doing all things. I'm going to be honest with you. After finding these, I was like, maybe I need some vending machines. But I couldn't believe the response from, like, I wasn't expecting this to turn into a class, guys. I literally was just, you know how I am. I tell you guys everything. I literally, Facebook and Instagram is my business diary. It's where I talk to all you guys about what I'm up to. And when I found out that Webstront sold vending machines, because I accidentally was like, you know how we girls love to online shop. So I was like buying tables and buying all these things. I've spent, out of my $25,000 they've given me, I've spent like 13 of it. As I'm like shopping, I was like, oh, look, they have vending machines. And then I realized, hey, I could finance one of these. And the financing was so easy to obtain. The 600 credit score, the FICO is, if you're in business, you should have a minimum of 600 FICO. If you don't have a minimum of a 600 FICO, you need to reach out to me so that I can fix your credit for you. Okay? Like, we've got to be at a point when we're business owners that we can leverage our personal credit when needed, especially when it's not a hard hit. Like, it's not even going to damage your credit or reduce your points to try. So if you don't have a 600 credit score, reach out to me and I will help you, because we have a credit repair company. But you've got to, as a business owner, you've got to be in a point where a 600 credit score is non-negotiable. In fact, a 700 credit score is non-negotiable, honestly, because a 700 credit score is going to allow you to open you up to so much more funding. Like, you'll laugh at $25,000 from Credit Key. Like, Credit Key is like my low level lender. I have hundreds of thousands of dollars in funding from places because I have a credit score that's above 700. Yes, hair supplies, lashes at colleges. Like, at a college, think about like hygiene items, all sorts of different things that they might need that you could like package up and put in those vending machines. It's genius, absolutely genius. And also, if you have a college student, like, imagine you as a parent and you have a student in college and you gift them with a vending machine for graduation. And now they have a passive stream of income. And as that vending machine makes them more money, they can then buy more vending machines. And now they have a full-fledged business that operates with them doing 1 day a week's work. Like, you can spend 1 day as replenish day, and you go around and refill all of them and collect your money. And then they could be getting bank drops every day from the credit cards. It's absolutely amazing. Let's see what everyone else is saying. Okay. Now, let me go back to my notes. Okay, so for some states, there are mandated certain percentage of healthy options to be included. So make sure that you do some research. obviously people in the Big Boss Society are from everywhere. We have people in California, we have people in Chicago, we have people on the East Coast, north, south, east, west. We're everywhere, right? So I can't tell you for sure what your laws in your state or your city are as far as what has to be taken care of beforehand. You are selling prepackaged items, so you don't have to worry about like the health department and all that, I don't think, but you want to make sure that you're not selling outdated items. Okay. And you want to make sure that if there are mandates saying that you have to have a certain percentage of healthy items against junk food, that you make sure and keep up with that. So like you want to make sure that you're giving water an option. Obviously waters are going to sell great and they're cheap. So like you can fill it up with and you can sell them for $2-3 a piece because it's a convenience charge. So you're buying a case for $5-$7. I don't even know how much water costs, y'all. I don't do my grocery shopping. I know that sounds so bougie and awful, but it's the truth, and I'm just being transparent. So I don't know how much water costs. I honestly don't. So you'll have to do some research to figure out what you're going to put in your machines. But that is really the gist of it. Now, let's talk about how you can approach business owners to explain to them that you have a service that they need. Number one, your first client in any business is always the most difficult, because until you get that first client, there's something in the back of your head that says, I cannot get this. I'm never going to get a client. This vending machine is going to be sitting on my front porch. Okay. At least point it outwards so like the neighbors can come by a snack bar if they want one. But once you get the first client, not only can you use that as leverage, but you can also use them as a testimonial. And it opens up your mindset to the fact that if I can get one client, I can get 100 clients. Okay. And that is the hardest first step, is figuring out who that first client is going to be. So obviously I've showed you how you can find the vending machines, how you can get the credit to obtain the vending machines. And there's a million different options for the credit. I wanted to give you guys the lender that I'm working with to get my supplies for my event space, because I always want to teach you guys anything new that I learn. That's my obligation to the Big Boss Society. But obviously you could buy one of these machines with your American Express card and pay for it even lower payments over time. Like if you are interested in learning more about business credit and how you can leverage that, me and you need to have a discussion, because I am the queen of it. I've literally come out of pocket, like cash pocket, for only 2 separate things for this new event space that I had to use cash because they didn't accept anything else. So other than that, every single thing that has been done over business credit, whether it is a business credit card, whether it is a line of credit, a vendor account, a net 30, a net 60, a net 90. All of these give me the options to buy now, set up, start making money, and pay later. And that's the hack. You guys want to know how people become wealthy. It's not because they are investing their own money. They're using other people's money to get something started so they can then make money and then pay it back. And then once it's paid back, now they are operating at a cash flow. Okay. You can use business credit to do all sorts of things like Airbnbs, another stream of somewhat passive income, depending on how much you automate the process. Like you can use business credit to set up an entire Airbnb and get into the lease without coming out of pocket at all. We can have a class on that if you want to. I've done it multiple times. All right. What do you guys think? Tell me if you've gotten some value from the vending machines, and from the vendor and the credits, and who wants more info. We could do like a class next week on business credit. I'm not sure if we have a guest scheduled for next week. Great. I'm so glad that you were able to get this information. I want you guys to let me know if you order a vending machine. Okay. Tag me, take a picture. I want to hear all about it. I want to see where you set it up, who's buying Coca-Colas. I might swing through, run my little debit card or credit card and get me a little something. Okay, so make sure you let everyone know this class is going to be in the archives, of course, in the Big Boss Society. It'll be uploaded in the morning. So if you, of course, you're here. So, but if you missed the beginning or you